Hi, in MUS 226 homework number 5, we're going to add a third assignment, and this will be for finger picking. Not using the pick, but only using the right hand of the fingers of the right hand. And we usually don't use the pinky, we use the thumb, index, middle, and ring finger. So if you can, hold up your right hand, as I'm doing, and we'll name the names of the fingers. P-I-M-A. Each finger is given a letter, P-I-M-A, according to old Spanish words, because this comes from the Spanish guitar classical fingering. So you'll see on your assignment that you'll have a certain finger picking pattern, P-I-M-I, for example, for lesson 1. That means we only play the thumb, the index, the middle, and back to the index. In this case, we didn't play the ring finger. For this exercise, all these finger picking exercises come from a book called Progressive Finger Picking Guitar. If you want to get that book, that would be fine, but you don't have to, because I will just send you the copies of the assignment that I print out and upload for you. Today we'll be working on lesson 1 in that book. And the first thing you have to do is start to memorize 4 chords. C, A minor, D minor, and G7. So spend time doing that, just being able to play them at will. Those would be the 4 chords that you need. Good. So once you do that, we're going to learn how to finger pick. In order to do that, we're going to do it a little differently than when we use a pick. We take the right forearm and drape it over the highest point of the guitar. This is an important point. Make sure that your forearm is over the guitar and not your bicep, tricep area. You want this part, right where they would take blood if you were going to a hospital or something. And you put it right over here. Let the hand dangle very loosely. And just for now, try putting your thumb on the 5th string. Just place it there and push it down and rest it there. Place your index finger or your eye finger on the 2nd string and your middle finger on the 1st string. So right now we're not going to be using the 4th, the ring finger. So it's P-I-M, 5th string, 2nd string, 1st string. Just rest them there and press down so that the thumb is pressing down and the other 2 fingers are pressing up at the same time, creating like a little tension. Now notice that the thumb is crossed down like this, and what it does is it kind of goes at an angle while the other fingers are going towards the bridge. The thumb kind of goes towards the head of the guitar, like this. So if you turn your hand around, you would look like an upside down V, perhaps, like this. Try to keep your thumb so that it doesn't bend from the 1st joint, but it actually bends from where it meets the hand, like this. It's kind of like rowing a boat. So try this without the guitar, like if you're rowing a boat, like that, with your thumb. And then the other fingers come up to meet it. Notice how the thumb never goes behind the fingers like that. It always goes in front of the fingers and kind of brushes up against it and backs away in kind of like a rowing boat motion, or maybe a ball hitting a wall and coming back. It'll take a little getting used to. Once you get that down and you've memorized the chords, we'll go on to exercise 1, which sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... repeat, and just brush strum a C chord. Notice that exercise 1 is written in what they call eighth notes. That means you get 8 beats for every measure. And we don't count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We count them 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we put an and in between each number. And it would be like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If you're tapping your foot, the and always comes when your foot is in the air, and the number always comes when your foot is down, like this. 1 and 2 and. Probably can't see my foot, but it's going 1 and 2 and. Try to match up your hand and your foot like that so you get your body in sync. Again, this pattern is P-I-M-I. Let's try this one again. Notice that the first 2 strings are always played. I-M-I. The only string that differs sometimes is the thumb. For the C chord, we're going to be playing the 5th string with the thumb. For the A minor, we stay on the 5th string, so the exact same right hand. For the D minor, we shift up to the 4th string for the thumb. So you got to find the 4th string, the open D note. And for the G7th, we shift down to the 6th string for the thumb. Notice you don't have to play the whole G7th chord. In fact, I'm just lifting up that middle finger because it's easier because we're not playing all those notes. Basically, what you're trying to do, as it says here in the instructions, notice that the bass note in each case is also the root note of the chord. That means for the C chord, the root note is that C note on the 5th string. For the A minor, the root note is the A note on the 5th string. For the D minor, the root note is the 4th string D. And for the G7th, the root note is that G note on the 6th string. Just play the root notes with your thumb, like a bass line. Sounds like that old song, Body and Soul. Dun, 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 da, 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 da. If you play piano, you took piano lessons, you probably know what I mean. Okay, then after we accomplish that, try to do finger picking pattern 1A in the middle of the page. For that one, we'll be using P-M-A-M. So we're going to eliminate the index finger. It'll just be like this. Thumb, middle, ring, middle. P-M-A-M. Same exact exercise, just don't use the index finger. This will get you your middle finger and your ring finger working together. Here's the whole exercise. We're using finger picking pattern 1A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. This does take a lot of concentration. So for sending me a video, don't worry about finger picking pattern 1A. Just do the first one using the P and the I and the M and the I. You should practice the other one by yourself, but you don't have to bother sending a video. Okay, to finish up, here's exercise 1, one more time, using only the P-I-M-I fingering. This is the one that you record and send back to me. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 then repeat and then end with a C. Good. I should tell you that when you start to finger pick, you'll notice problems that you might not have heard by just strumming your chords. Sometimes the notes will sound like this because you'll be muting them. So finger picking really brings out the weaknesses in your chords. So if you're having trouble playing any chords and they're kind of being muted like this, the finger picking will definitely show it. So it'll give you extra practice to try to clean up your chords. Don't let that stop you from recording it, even if it sounds kind of like, and then the notes are kind of muffled. That's okay, because I'm really interested in your right hand and making sure that you're following the right hand. So even if it's a little muffled, don't worry about it, just record it and it'll be fine. And after time, your fingers will get stronger and it'll sound good. Okay, so send that in on your video, and thanks.